Yo, what is going on, Cover One crew? Welcome back to the show. Hope everybody's doing great out there. I'm awesome as usual because I'm continuing in this lab talking about one of my favorite players in this entire draft class, and that is Josh Downs. I'm downs with that because he's so good. And I mean, for me, there's a certain amount of players that come from each draft that I absolutely will put the flag on and say I am super supportive, and Josh Downs is that guy. He is my guy, no kidding. And I mean, okay, there's a lot of people that used to criticize me when I scouted Amon-Ra St. Brown coming out of USC 2 years ago, and I said he was the next Bobby Trees, Robert Woods, and everybody scoffed and said, you're crazy. There's no way. Look at Amon-Ra St. Brown now. Nobody was talking up his game that I saw of high levels like I was. That's not a victory lap. That's just to say the reality and the fact of what happened. I'm talking up some Josh Downs because he is that good. But before we get started, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for me as we continue to go to road to 1,000. That is the goal. The first initial goal, as we said, to build this channel so we can do better and bigger things under the Cover One umbrella. But what do you guys say? We talk a little Josh Downs because I'm downs with that. I know that's lame too. I got to come up with better names, but let's talk some Josh Downs. When I am so supportive of a certain player, they do get the quality treatment, and I got to make you guys take notice so you remember. Hit the alarm, baby. He is that good. I'm telling y'all, it is Josh Downs, one of my favorite players. He is my guy coming out of this wide receiver class. I think Josh Downs, for me, is my favorite type of wide receiver that he could turn a lot of heads in the NFL. First, before we get started, let's do those measurables. 5'9", 171. Okay, the stature is a problem. We'll get to that in the cons. He is only 21 years of age, played in 28 contests, 202 receptions. What don't you like about that? 24.83 in yards, 12.3 on the average, and 22 receiving touchdowns. He was an absolute dynamo playing with Sam Howell, playing with Drake May. I mean, this guy just could not be stopped. He was one of the primary targets these past 2 years. Just absolute beast, man. 195 receptions these past 2 seasons. What don't you see out of this man? Everyone's going to talk a bunch of ish. They should not be talking on my guy, Josh Downs. But let's dive into those pros because he's got a good set of them, man. Good speed, athletic ability. It's all over the film, man. I mean, okay, the 40 time, I'll jump into that in the cons, but the 4.48, I did expect a little bit more out of the 40 time at the combine. But the tape speed is solid, okay? When he's moving, when he's going, he can definitely get after it and get past defensive backs. Extremely athletic nature in his game. You're not going to tell me otherwise. Yeah, okay, off the charts, statistics don't necessarily say that on the top level elite end. But again, you got to take statistics with a grain of salt sometimes because some guys just understand how to play football, and Josh Downs knows how to play football. This is exactly what I was talking about with an Amon-Ra St. Brown. The speed issues were there for Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I said to everybody, I said, he is a damn good football player, and look what he's doing in the NFL. Very good burst for a Josh Downs. Gear up, gear down. It's absolutely special, and that's what makes him special. His ability to understand and manipulate himself when it comes to the gear up and gear down with that speed, with that burst, with that acceleration. He knows how to do it so well. I mean, I don't think anybody in this class can do it like him in this respect, hence why I'm such a big fan. He just understands how to utilize these packages that he gets, that he does, and he understands how to do and manipulate. It does make him that much better of a football player. It's body awareness. He understands his own body extremely well and knows how to do it on the gear up and gear down. Absolutely special in my mind. Shifty and change of direction when we're talking off the line of scrimmage. It's there. Yes, he does play the slot more often than not because he is a smaller type of dude, and he's going to see a lot of free releases, and that's a positive for his game, especially at 5'9", 171. I get it, okay? He's not a taller, bigger, stronger guy, but the fact that he plays a slot, he's going to get free releases. He understands the screen game. He understands the short outs. He understands the slants. He understands the pull routes and the drag routes. He gets them all, and he's going to be able to do it with high efficiency, even in the NFL for a guy who is undersized. guys. I completely get it. Route tree is great, and I don't know what anybody else is talking about. I love his route tree. There is going to be refinement in the NFL, but if you go even look at his pro day, there were scouts gushing over the talent on the sharp cutting ability, the way he was running his routes. So proficient, so precise. It was a technician. He is a technician. No kidding. When it comes to the route tree, I got no issues, and that's part of his game. He is a technician in the sense he's not a burner. He's not a 4.3 guy, and you thought maybe he would have ran faster, but he understands how to do the proficiencies and the techniques to get open with a good separation, good route tree, and he will do that in the NFL as well. Route manipulation is top end. The double moves are just gorgeous. Whether he's doing the deep routes over the middle, whether he's going on the outside, his double move, his stop-start double move, man, he's going to make defensive backs look absolutely silly, and he has done that on a number of occasions, numerous times. He does this extremely well. His route tree and his route manipulation, along with his gear up and gear down, are probably the best traits I've seen put together out of one wide receiver from this class thus far. He is that good in this respect. Separation is automatic, just simply in how he understands how to get open on the field, okay? There's ways that he does this. When he talks about, the awareness is near elite, he understands where to sit in the zones. He comes back to the quarterback. He understands every single possibility, where he needs to be, the team quarterback-friendly wide receiver to give the open windows, to give the potential passes, the extending of the plays. He does this so well that the quarterback, 195 receptions, you can't scoff at that because he knows how to get open. He knows where to plant himself and sit and wait for his quarterback to get him the ball. He does this extremely well. Very shifty as well in the open field, okay? Yeah, he doesn't have elite wheels and burners, but he is very fast, and he does show it on the field. That's the thing. Some guys just don't test well, and I don't think that's a knock on players. I just think that the testing aspect, rather than you to put the pads on and play football, Josh Downs falls into that category where his tape speed is definitely better than the 40 time, and I think that he will show people a lot to say you give him the ball in the open field. He's definitely going to run away from y'all and make some plays. Hands are like glue, man. If we're talking about wide receivers that I covet, it's the soft hands. It's the corralling the ball in the hands. This is what you want. No slapping, no double catching of the ball. You need to see this and realize this from your wide receiver, because that's half the battle. That's God-given talent as well. They understand how to do it, and Josh Downs knows how to do it. Yes, you can improve your hands, absolutely, but a natural hand catcher is a gift, and they understand that it is part of their MO, and Josh Downs is a great hand catcher. Like glue, will make majority of the catches. 9 out of 10 times, I believe in Josh Downs to make that catch when he is called upon. He extends for passes with ease, and I mean, if he was 6 feet, making some of these diving receptions like he does in the end zone, like he does on the sidelines, we would be talking about Josh Downs as a sure no-brainer first rounder at 6 feet. He's not 6 feet. He's 5'9", but he still understands how to extend. He's got athletic ability to do this, and he extends with ease. He does go up a little bit higher for the ball than you would expect at 5'9", but it is there and present on film as well. Strong yak ability, like I said, in the short game, the bubble screens. You got the over the middle drags. I mean, the pick plays. You get the ball in this man's hands, and he is going to make plays in chunk yards after he does get the ball, because he does have enough wheels to get around slower linebackers, and he will make plays. I'm telling y'all. Get ready, man. Josh Downs, I'm telling y'all, he's so good, man. But he's got some cons. We got to talk about cons like always. Smaller frame, undersized, okay? He is a guy that definitely requires a sandwich at 171 and a meal plan in an NFL weight room, and it's not a knock. He's just a smaller built dude right now, and I do believe he can put on 10 pounds. Zay Flowers did it. I believe that Josh Downs can do it. If he can get up to about 185, I think he'll be home in the NFL at 5'9". And I mean, that's a pretty stout frame for a alpha slot wide receiver. We will see, and I mean, it is right now the concern and why he likely never got the top 30 visits in the NFL draft first round process. And you got to understand, so people do covet the skill set, but they don't value it in the first round. So you got to understand where the NFL goes with this, and it doesn't even matter. So you put too much emphasis on value grades for saying, okay, well, this player fell in the draft, he's not going to be that good. So many players are in round 2, round 3 that make heavy day one impacts on NFL rosters. Josh Downs could be one of these guys instantly from day one. He could carve out a role for himself with a very good preseason and training camp, no kidding. kidding. Again, I expected a faster 40 time at the combine. Did not happen. 4.48 was his time. I really did expect the 4.42 and if not the 4.4 even. Okay, we're talking, 0.08 seconds. I get it. It's fine. It's not a great deal, but it is a great deal because of his stature. At 5'9", 171, I totally expected him to run a lot faster. So it is, again, you got to take it with a grain of salt. Go back and watch the film. Don't just look at statistics on testing numbers because that's going to fail you when it comes to scouting your players. I'm telling y'all, he is that much better on the field. Not much in the form of power, and I get it, okay? Like I said, he needs a sandwich, he needs a meal plan, and he needs some muscle mass in the weight room. He's going to get it. They're gonna make him lift in the NFL. There's no way that you can't tell me that a rookie even can't put on 12 pounds in a good NFL weight room. So I'm telling y'all, I'm not overly concerned with this. Same knocks about a Calvin Ridley coming out that he was too light. He was going to get bullied off the line. Look what Calvin Ridley does in the NFL as well, outside of his betting problem. I mean, look what he does on the field. This is what you could possibly get from a Josh Downs, not Calvin Ridley-esque, but I'm saying you can get his weight up and he's going to be that much better and be able to handle tougher corners. Limited to the slot, he's going to be the alpha slot, highly likely, and I'm only putting it here more as a statement rather than a full-blown con because you got to exploit the skill sets when they are there, and I think Josh Downs is prime in the slot. Can he play outside? Okay, yeah, he's tried. He even went on record this past year before the UNC, the Tar Heels started their season saying he wanted to play more outside, and I get it. He was trying to showcase his ability and his talent, but he's home in the slot. Even when they're going to, match him up certain ways outside, I get it. You're going to try to make mismatches, but he is going to be limited to that slot majority of the time, and that's where he's home. He's going to be that alpha slot that's going to tear up the league if he continues to progress the way I truly believe he will. Press is going to be a problem. I mean, with bigger, stout defensive backs that we are seeing coming in, especially even in this draft, you're talking anywhere from 5'11 to 6'2, 195 pounds, and you're talking defensive backs that got a lot of length and strength, I should say, and I mean, they're going to bully off a Josh Downs if they do press him up, but he does get quite a few free releases, and any team that does draft him has to understand how to manipulate the schemes off the line to get Josh Downs open because they will do that, just like the Detroit Lions do with Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm telling y'all, the NFL teams understand how to do this very well, and he's going to be a problem. He can get bullied off his routes, and okay, this is one of the aspects. If he does not hit his route clean, that's when you see the arm push-offs from the defensive backs to get him off his route tree, and I get it. Again, the weight aspect, the strength aspect is going to be a problem early on until he figures it out. He may even hit the wall. If he starts out the gates extremely fast, Josh Downs may hit the wall around the halfway mark because it is a little bit of a grind and a different game than college football. But if he does put on that weight, he understands that his body needs to be a little bit more with more muscle mass. He will compete and he will continue, but he can get bullied off his route tree. But I'm not overly concerned with this one either because he understands how to separate. He understands how the route manipulation, that's a mouthful, and he understands how to the awareness on the field, where to plant himself in those zones to get open. So I do believe that, getting bullied off his route tree isn't going to be something that's going to be highly consistent against him. I think he's too good to let that happen consistently. Run blocking is going to be an issue again. Comes with the weight and the stature and the muscle mass, and he's not really dedicated to it. So I mean, that's one aspect about his game you got to understand and say, yeah, no, he's got to clean that up. But run blocking, especially for a team that does run the ball quite a bit, if they do draft a Josh Downs, he's definitely going to have to fix that out. He had some drops, and this is what people are going to scoff at when I said his hands are like glue. Okay, you catch 195 passes, and you tell me if you're not going to have some concentration drops from time to time. So get out of here with that. It's not even part of it. You got to put it down and understand there were times and opportunities where games were on the line and Josh Downs dropped balls in the end zone. I get it, man. Concentration drops can be cleaned up because he knew he made the mistake. It's not because his hands are subpar. The hands are soft. The hands are good. But the dropping problems, I get it. There was quite a few drops to be concerned about when he was needed and called upon, but there were so many targets and so many receptions going his way, you got to give him a little bit of a benefit of a doubt to say that's not part of his game. He doesn't have a dropping problem. It's just so much volume was coming into his direction that just the odds are going to be against you at that point. Not everybody's going to catch every pass to come their way. So to me, it's just a statement rather than a con. 195 receptions in the last 2 years. I don't know what you guys want from the man, but anyway, for grading purposes, Man, this receiver class is very interesting. They're smaller dudes for a majority of them that can make a lot of plays, so we will see if this is, again, it could be a monumental bust because of stature, or it could be something that's going to change the entire athletic rating system in the NFL. But I got him at 77.1%. His route tree, his separation, his awareness, his hands, all of this stuff definitely inflated his score because I believe there is, when it comes to, route tree running style, we talk like the Wes Welker days, we talk Hunter Renfrow type route run tree for the slot weapons. Josh Downs going to fit in like a glove when it comes to this in the route tree schemes. He's going to know how to get open, and that's what you want. You want a guy that's got enough jets and wheels to get around defenders and make house calls and get open with separation, be a friendly target for your quarterback. Josh Downs is your guy, so I just don't understand what everybody's talking about, not giving him the dues that he deserves. Yes, he's likely going to be a day 2 product in that second round, but if that's why I'm wearing my Bills gear, baby. If we miss out on Flowers and Addison, give me some Josh Downs as a Buffalo Bill, because Bills Mafia, I'm telling y'all, you'll be happy with that one. So there you have it. That is Josh Downs. We are downs for this because I like Josh Downs a lot. I just suck at making nicknames. So, I mean, whatever. I'm going to call out talent wherever the talent is. And Josh Downs is definitely one you guys got to keep your eye on. Even in fantasy football, he could be something of a dynamo when it comes to PPR upside. Keep your eye on Josh Downs. Do not forget the name because I was right on Amon-Ra St. Brown. I don't miss often when it comes to these types of playmakers. I'm telling y'all, not a victory lap, just telling the facts. But nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Jump in those comments. Give me your thoughts. What do you think of Josh Downs? You like him? You don't like him? Put it in the comments. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me what you like. Let's have a conversation, but we'll see you next time. I am out.